So hello everyone, welcome back to my channel Code with Me. This is Gurkirat Singh. Today we are going to start with our lead code practice, in which what I will do. See, we will follow the two approaches. Because as I am also a student, I know how the student can understand the things well, or like in what ways the students think and what doubts comes to the student. Okay, so I want every student to start this series. But see, if you every question has the two approaches to do. Either you have to do in the optimized way of the solution, or either the brute force. But the thing is, if you see, if you say yeah, I have to do this using the optimized way, but the problem comes here. If you don't have the knowledge of the question properly, like if you don't know the brute force, like how exactly we can do, like maybe some of you don't know what exactly the brute force is. Let me tell you. Brute force is a way like in which we can write a code using two loops, three loops, four loops, whatever the way, however we have to solve the question. Okay, and optimized way is like we have to solve it by like on the basis of these constraints. Like the answer should be in between these constraints, because if we don't follow any of these constraints, the solution is not optimized. Okay, so yeah, we start. What we will do, I do the questions which could be like easy, and that may lead to a good approach for a student or someone else who wants to study like step by step. Okay, so coming to this, any problem. Okay, what we will do, we'll do every question into two parts. Part one is of brute force and part two is of optimized way. And in some, like we can say in some questions, if we don't get the brute force, like if the question is already the way we do is optimized way, then we'll go for it and it will be done in the part one. So today we start with our very first question, that is the two sum. So first of all, let's understand what exactly the question is asking. Yeah. So uh, don't like think. Oh yeah, it's like we can say lead code. It might be tough or something like that. It's nothing like that. If you start, for you it's very easy. Okay, just give, just have the patience for this. So what is the first question? Question is saying we are given an integer nums, an array of integer nums and one integer target, and we have to return the indices of the two number such that when we add both we will get our target value. Okay, so you may not use the same element twice and assume that each output should be of exactly one solution and not, and you have to return this. We'll come on that, but first of all, let's understand what exactly the question is. We'll take this example, the very first example. Okay, yeah. So we are given with this array of the integer, and this is our target value. So what our question is, like somehow we have to add add two numbers of an array to get target value. So from here we can see, like if we add 2 with 7, we'll get 9. So yeah, this is our answer. But let's suppose it's not in the very first touch, it might be like at middle or at last. So when we add 2 with 7, maybe we don't get the answer. Like if I say like I want answer as, let's suppose I'll ask my answer, my target value should be 18. So we add 2 with 7, what will get 9. That could be Yeah, we'll start from here. 2 plus 7, that would be 9, so false. Then what will we do? We'll add 2 with 11, that is equals to 13, that is also false. Then we'll add 2 with 15 equals to 17, that is also false. Then coming to the next index, that is a 7, we don't have to backtrack, like not back, like we do not need to go the back index like 7 plus 2, because 2 plus 7, 7 plus 2 is the same meaning. Okay, so we'll go with further. 7 plus 11 we get 18. When we check, yeah, we get our value, it's true. And now what we have to do, we have to return, because it's our return type is integer, so we have to return. I like what I can say, like I think like you all know the basics of the Java, so I am not like into the teaching into the basics of Java. I just teach the question where I need to tell something about some Java things, I will, but here I'm not, because it's the basic thing. So we'll return the indices. So what are the indices of 7 and 11? So 7 is at the indice 1 and 11 is at the 2. So the answer for our first question is 1 and 2, and we have to return this, and this is the way. Now we'll go with the brute force. So here we can clearly see what is the logic we are doing. The logic is like we taking the first element, very first element. Let's suppose I am taking the loop. In the loop I was fixing the element and then compare it with others. So like this is a very basic approach which we like did in a lot of questions, and we know for this at least two loops are required. Like how? So the answer is, let's suppose for this question 2, 7, 11, 15, I use one loop, first loop, that could be outer loop. Okay, that could be the outer loop to fix the elements of an array one by one. Like with the start we fix 0th index, then first index, and so on. Okay, and second loop will take the uh, remaining, we can say, the values one by one by iterating. Okay, so here we are very clear, like what we'll do, like if we fix this 2, okay, the inner loop will compare with 7, 11, 15 like this. Okay, let me rub it first. So yeah, leave it, I guess. Yeah, done. So what we'll do, we'll fix 2, and the inner loop will like take the elements like 7, 11, 15, and like compare it with, like we can say in this way, 2 get compare with 7, 11, 15. Then 7 get compare with 11, 15. Then 11 get compare with 12. Sorry, it's 11 get compare with 15. Then further we don't need, because it's the last element. 15 will not compare with 15 because we need at least two elements. So here it's completed. So firstly let's try to write the code. Okay, so what we'll do, we'll pick the same format from here. Okay, first we'll run the first loop for int I equals to 0, I less than, now here we can see the length of our num is, like for this is 4. Okay, with the index 0 1 2 3 we will like nums length -1, but it just go till 11 because we can't compare last element with last element. So it's nums dot length -2, then I plus plus. Then when it comes to the second loop, that will be start after the first index. Like if the first index is at 0th, then the j will start from the 1. It means I plus 1 2. Now we can say like how much j will go. So same, like j will go to the nums length dot. See, for j needs to be go till end. Okay, because it's already I plus 1, so it needs to go till the end. So that will just do -1 from it, because as I tell, the length is bigger than the index values, because index value starts from the 0. Then j plus plus. Then what we need to do, we need to compare, we need to compare whatever the, like we add both the elements, and we can't say compare with, we can say like to get, not compare, to get, add with 7, 11 or 15. I just say a wrong word here. The result will be compared with the target value. So yeah, so here what we'll do, we'll add nums of I plus nums of j, that should be equals to the target value which is given to us. And if it is equals to the target value, then what we will have to do, we have to return a new integer array with indexes I comma j. So this is the way we can return it. And this is when we get the values. Okay, now let's suppose if we don't, firstly let's, okay, then this inner for loop, then this outer for loop. Suppose if we don't get the value what we want, like if we don't get our target, then it will return the empty array. So new int bracket with empty curly braces. So yeah, this is our code. Now I already explained you logic. I already done the dry run for this code, and this is the code for brute force. Now let's copy and try in the lead code. Okay, so let's first run it. So our answer gets wrong here. Now let's analyze why it's getting wrong. Okay, let me see the code and I'll tell you why it's wrong. Like for int I is equals to 0, I could be less than nums dot length. Okay, okay. We are using less than, not less than equals to. So if I write less than equals to, then it will be fine. Yeah. So yeah, our case is accepted. Now we have to submit it and see what the time complexity is be there. So yeah, we got the time complexity. Just 30% people we beat. Like we took almost 45 milliseconds. Like the ones who did this code with the maximum solution, like maximum output, that done been two we can say milliseconds, but we do it in 45 milliseconds. So but see, our first target is understand the question logic. Once this is done, we can go for the optimized method after that. So here I think the logic be clear to everybody, and it's not like tough, it's just a basic, very basic thing we'll do. The new thing we'll learn is how to return this and how to the empty. Otherwise it's just the uh, take add the two elements and compare it with the target. That's it. So thank you so much. We'll do the optimized version in the part 2. Thank you.